Embedded in a gelatin-like material right along this wall here.
Mm-hmm.
When we move, they shift their position just a little bit, stimulating nerve endings in this position, in this area here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very important part of our balance mechanism. Sometimes they come loose and move into this area where it's more liquid rather than the gelatin, and they'll fall into one of these canals at nighttime usually. If they fall into a canal at night and then you sit up, then rather than falling back out, they sometimes fall further into the canal. In order to get those out of the canal, we need to move that canal in a certain way so they always fall to the low spot, and then we rotate the canal so the low spot moves, and then they slide to the low spot there. And so and then eventually fall out. So Epley's maneuver is designed to get the particle out of the canal. After you've had that particle in the canal, it becomes hypersensitive. It's very sensitive to movement, and it'll confuse your brain and leave you feeling dizzy a little bit.
That's why her eyes turn, right?
Well, the eyes were jumping
at
because of the stimulation from the little particle in there. And once we can clear that particle out using Epley's maneuver usually, then the eye movement usually stops. But there's a little bit of dizziness that continues. So the habituation exercise is designed to take the fluid and just flush the fluid back and forth to stimulate those nerve endings, and that helps desensitize them so that you get a normal response rather than the abnormal response.
So we don't have to do the Epley
Epley's is only done
anymore.
usually one time, yeah. Just the habituation exercise.
So how do we know whether we need to do the Epley maneuver again?
If the vertigo comes back, if there's a lot of spinning, then the Epley maneuver would be used.
Okay, and normally for patients, you don't have to, right?
Usually you
For
don't
many
have
years?
to. Normally we do it one time and it's cleared up and
And
gone.
it will last for 5-10 years?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Until a particle falls into the canal again. Sometimes they fall in on their own, and we can't always predict who it's going to happen to.
What are the probable causes for the particle to fall back into the canal?
We think it's a very normal response, and some people just have an opening to the canal that perhaps is a little bit larger than others.
Okay.
Or perhaps they're just in a position where the particle happens to fall into that opening and get through that opening.
Because
So
she's doing yoga.
I think it's very random. So I don't think
There's
the
no
yoga.
specific reason.
No specific reason. No.
Oh,
We can't identify why.
What about taking the airplane, flying from one country to another?
Once the particle is out of the canal, it shouldn't make a difference.
Okay. Okay, thank you.